Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Dale Hawthorne. I hope that you find content here which helps you. I encourage you to take a look at some of my other videos, and also please click like and subscribe if you want to see some more content, because I've got years of content in the works here. So this brief message is one verse to assert that the God of the Bible is not the God of the gaps. And the God of the gaps is a straw man that atheists often come up with if they come up with a natural law explanation for something. That they'll say that um, that crowds out the God of the Bible. The God of the Bible doesn't explain that. But let's take a look. There's one verse here, and there's actually more throughout the Bible which does talk about this. But let's just go to this one verse. And this came up in my feed. Um, Strangely enough, one day when I actually was reading through this passage in the Old Testament, this came from my Facebook feed. This is the NIV, which is the version which I was reading then. He who appoints the sun to shine by day, who decrees the moon and the stars to shine by night, who stirs up the sea so that its waves roar, the Lord Almighty is his name. So, yeah, they saw the regularity of natural law. The ancient Hebrews who wrote the prophet Jeremiah here, and they didn't see natural law, the regular occurrences of nature, the regularity of nature, as crowding out the God of the Bible. They saw that the God of the Bible created natural law. He created the regularity of our universe. And if we go on and consider um, natural law, it's talking about the regular operations and processes of the material world, and we describe them scientifically. Part of what we, a Christian scientist, Christian who believes in the use of the scientific method as a way of investigating the natural universe. Yeah, a scientific description, natural law, regularity of the universe, that those laws, those regularities that we see are in fact his creation. And he continues to sustain and direct our universe, that we can call them. He appoints, he decrees, and uh, and so on. A natural law explanation does not cancel out the God of the Bible. It only cancels out some of the explanations of Greek mythology, which you'll find that in Hesiod. He talked about how everything was God's, and all that. So that when some other scientist from his, uh, some other Greek who was a scientist, just like Thales, came up with an explanation, well, that may have crowded that out. But natural law can only describe operations and processes. It doesn't determine what is possible, and it does not explain purpose and agency. Agency, who's doing it, where design comes from, purpose. And you can look at some of the YouTube John Lennox on these matters. And Isaac Newton most certainly was a believer in the God of the Bible and believer in natural law, and as well as these passages. So, talking about the God of the gaps, we may refer to Hesiod, the theogony and the works and the days, but no Christian theist nowadays confuses Hesiod, the theogony, or the works and days with Genesis, Jeremiah, the Psalms, or the God of the Bible, and certainly not any evangelical theologian or pastors. So, I don't know of anyone around that's teaching Hesiod's polytheism. That's not what we Christians believe. So if anyone is talking about the God of the gaps, they're talking about an explanation which we in fact do not hold. We believe that whatever regularities in nature which can be described mathematically or with laws, natural processes, that they are in fact the creation of the God of the Bible, and the God of the Bible continues to uphold them. They're part of his appointment, his decrees. So the God of the gaps, anyone who talks in the debate about that, is a misrepresentation. It's basically a straw man, a misrepresentation of a position that they're trying to refute. They're trying to. Christians do not believe in the God of the gaps. We believe the God of the Bible holds everything in his hands. All natural laws are his creation. and the regularity of nature. In fact, you'll find, look in the history of science, that comes from an appreciation of the God of the Bible. And it's actually interesting that these naturalistic explanations, natural law, scientific explanations, if you have someone that actually does believe in animism or polytheism, which again, that's not a Christian position. We do not believe in many gods. We believe in one God, the God of the Bible. And those naturalistic explanations don't even satisfy animists. I once heard a story that came by a very well reputed anthropologist. He was very well respected at Harvard, although I don't know that he was well known outside them. But he's speaking about how, I believe it was a United Nations group came to a group in Africa, and national people there, and they themselves were animists, and so they asked the doctors there, why do the spirits give whatever disease it was, malaria I believe it was, although it could have been sleeping sickness, to certain people? Why do the spirits give these diseases to certain people? So the doctor, the scientist, whoever the UN has sent out, it's been at least 40 years since I heard this, but I do remember it well. He went through a long explanation of how that disease was transmitted by mosquitoes, and went through germ theory and all that. And so after he had finished this long explanation, someone put up his hand and said, why do the mosquito spirits make the mosquitoes bite certain people? So that's the way it works out. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I hope this helps to understand. So God bless you.